This is Keelan Sutherland, FTH 223, hammer fired week 3 assignment. Part 1, using your hammer fired handgun as a demonstration piece. Please perform a dry and dummy ammunition functions check. Articulate what you are evaluating for each step of the process. A 1911 and 9mm, still clear. 2 dummy rounds. So first, insert the mag, check for lockup to make sure that it's in the right place. Then hit the slide release. I'm going to do a press check to make sure I got it in there. It is. I'm going to put the safety on. Pull the trigger, it will not fire. Take the safety off. Pull the trigger, it will not fire. Now to press the grip safety, ensure the thumb safety is down, and then press the trigger. Hammer falls. And looking for an ejection pattern. And the new chambers. New chambers. Weapon on safe. Fire the weapon. Hold the trigger to the rear. Actually, it'll lock. I'm going to hold the trigger to the rear now. Listen for the reset. There's the reset. And there it fires. So we'll do the same thing, but this time we're going to do it dry without any dummy rounds. So insert the magazine again. Lock to the rear. Actually, hold on. First we're going to do that. We're going to cock the weapon. Now we're going to pull the trigger with hands off both of the safeties. It will not fire. Take the thumb safety off. Press the trigger. It will not fire. To press the grip safety, ensure the thumb safety is down. Weapon fires. Cycle the action. Pin the trigger to the rear. Listen for the click. That's your reset. And then fire again. So those are your 2 different kinds of functions check, both dry and dummy. And in each one of them, I ensured that it could load, feed, lock up, that the safeties worked, that it unlocked, that it fired, that the hammer hit the firing pin hit the back of the dummies, that once it fired, once I retracted the slide, it ejected the rounds. So the ejector works, the extractor works, and then the next round fed from the magazine into the chamber, showing that the geometry on the feed ramp is correct, and then it locked up positively with the round, so that I know the head spacing is correct. I'm going to pause it and field strip. Part 2, perform a basic field strip of the weapon into its subassemblies. Frame, barrel, barrel bushing, slide, slide stop, and this here is your recoil assembly. That is all it's asking for. Part 3 says to perform a subassembly functions check and articulate what you are looking for. Determine if the subassemblies are performing as expected. On the frame, I'm looking to make sure that everything moves correctly. I'm looking to make sure that the magazine release works and locks the magazine in, that the frame rails are not deformed, that the hammer, I'm not going to do it now because I got one hand, that it works, that I'll do it here, thumb safety and the grip safety are engaged, but it will not fire. And those are the things I'm looking for there. The barrel, making sure that the feed ramp is polished and cleaned, making sure there's no wear and tear on the lugs. Up here, there's no unnecessary wear on the hood or any signs of broken parts or components. Also, barrel bushing, making sure that it's not showing any burrs or wear marks. Recoil assembly, the spring is intact. The recoil plug is not cracked or deformed. Sorry, this is the recoil plug. Making sure that's okay. Also looking at the slide, you can see the firing pin moving. You can see that there's no burrs, nicks, dings, or scratches on the finish, indicating an erratic ejection pattern. Sights are sights are tight. The rear of the side is flush with the components, showing that there's no breakage on the firing pin or the firing pin stop. And one other thing to check on the frame is your ejector, making sure that it's not moving and that it has no burrs, dings, or wear. Here is the pistol completely field stripped. All of the components This is part 4. Perform a detailed strip of your firearm, which I already did. And then here is the recoil spring guide right here. There's the thickness. There's the back side of the plate, the hole, the different radiuses, the overall length, the length of the shank, the length of the rear plate, and the width of the diameter here. And then we have the ejector. This line, this area here is thinner than this part because this has to mate up with the back where the hammer meets, and that measurement on those parts is here, right there, right there. Here's more of it. And then the firing pin. There's the different measurements for it. So there's the applicable measurements. And here is the pistol completely reassembled. Completely assembled. I'll break my phone. Functions check. Hammers down. Safety on. Thumb safety doesn't fire. With the thumb safety on, it doesn't fire. With the grip safety engaged, thumb safety down. That trigger reset. Function complete. So that is this week's assignment. If there's any questions, please let me know.